Hello, everybody. My name is Kobe Warner. This is Koblizzy, and welcome or welcome back if you've been here before. Also, Happy New Year. I have not made an episode in 2024 yet until now. Koblizzy is back for this year. So, Koblizzy is back, and I have two brand new singles, or 2-month-old singles, Honest and Games. Both of those singles came out on December 12th, and you can stream them now. So, let's just get all of the self promo out of the way. Stream my new songs. Follow me on socials, linktree/Koblizzy, koblizzy.com. We're caught up, we're straight, we're clear, we're good. We're not straight, we're gay. I mean, like, we're straight, like, straight and narrow. You understand, you know? Anyway, so this episode is going to be something that it's really not too far out of my wheelhouse of things that I usually do on this podcast. I love to talk about music, and I love to talk about movies and TV. This kind of is an unofficial pop culture podcast, and so today's episode will really be no different. I'm going to talk about music, but in a different angle than I've mentioned it before. I made a playlist today of 12 because a dozen is my favorite number. Not a dozen, that's a word. 12 is my favorite number, and that happens to be a dozen. That happens to be a very commonly understood figure of measurement, in at least in America. I don't know if everybody uses dozens. Honestly, is that like a part of the... It's not the metric system is what they use. What do we use? I don't remember what ours is called. The standard. Anyway, so I have been out of school for a long time. I would lose. Are you smarter than a fifth grader? I don't even know the title. So I would lose. But that's another story. My point is what? My point, what was I even saying? Oh, Lord. Right back to the basics. You start the podcast, you take 2 months off, and you get on here, press record, and here come the ADHD. I'm like, I will never change. I will never change. I made a playlist of 12 songs that I've been loving recently. 12 songs that are a part of my larger current playlist, but just songs that I've thought about or I keep coming back to. Some have just come out, some are decades old. There's really no rhyme or reason. There's no genre constraint. But I'm just going to talk through this playlist. I'm also going to mention some other stuff along the way. Before I get into the 12 songs I'm loving right now. By the way, you can stream this 12 songs I love right now playlist on Apple Music and Spotify, respectively. I made a version of the playlist on both. That'll be in my link tree. You know where to find the link, baby. It's in the description. Anyway, back to it. I rung in the new year. I don't think I've made an episode of Koblizzy since November, so there's some things I haven't told you. Like, we didn't get to talk about Christmas. I did make a 2023, like, end of the year video talking about my favorite things. If you haven't seen that, it's on my YouTube channel. You can go watch it only on my YouTube channel. But other than that, I've taken a hiatus from Koblizzy. I hadn't really posted any, like, video content where I was talking in long form, of course, other than this podcast. And since I haven't been doing it, I have like a lot to say, a lot's happened, and I'm not going to dump it all on you in this episode because I need something to talk about in the future. But something ridiculous that did happen that I'm going to mention very quickly before I get into this 12 songs I'm loving right now playlist is that on December 31st, I went to see The Color Purple. The Color Purple Broadway adaptation, the movie adaptation of the Broadway musical version of The Color Purple, which is an adaptation of the movie from the 1980s or 1980s, I think, with Whoopi Goldberg and Oprah. It was made into a movie. It came out on Christmas. I didn't see it on Christmas. I couldn't go for a couple of days. So I was not able to go until the last day of the year. And and it was amazing, by the way. The Color Purple, the Broadway musical, there's so much controversy around it because people are homophobic, but it's so silly. It was such a fantastic movie. And I love the Broadway musical. I have the OBC, the original Broadway cast from 2000-something with Fantasia. I have that on CD. I also have the 2015-16 revival with Cynthia Erivo, Jennifer Hudson, and Danielle Brooks. Danielle Brooks is also in the movie. She's from the revival cast, and Fantasia, who plays Celie in the OBC cast, is in the movie as well. So there's some Broadway vets from the Color Purple Broadway version of the show coming in for the movie musical. And it was of all the movie musicals that have came out recently, I think it was the best one. It was really great. I also watched the new Mean Girls. I think that was a lot of fun. They kind of went with more like a pop vibe for the arrangement, which I think is going to maybe cause some trouble for some people who already have a deep appreciation for the cast album from the Broadway version of the show, which is not pop. Really, I mean, it's pop influence, but the movie's like pop production and pop vibes. Renee Rapp sounded amazing, but we knew that already. Avantika was hilarious, and she's beautiful, and her version of sexy, I liked it. Who else stuck out? I love the casting of Amy Adams playing Katie Heron's mom. Angori Rice, I think is that girl's name. So Amy Adams and Angori Rice look a lot alike. Is that how you say her name? Angori. Sorry, I should have looked it up. And then the casting of Busy Phillips and Renee Rapp as mom and daughter was also amazing. I mean, they put their foot in that casting. Busy Phillips really was so funny as the mom. Renee Rapp's Regina, I loved it just as much as I thought I would. It was a good movie. Recently, I've gotten to Letterboxd. I'm supposed to be talking about this playlist. I'm telling you, the tangents. Like I said, new year, same podcast, same person, same shit. I'll get into the playlist in just a second. I just want to say I recently got into Letterboxd. I'm just loving it a lot because but you are familiar if you've been here before of how I love to go see movies. I go to the AMC all the time. I love to watch movies at home. I love television. I just love pop culture. That's really the foundation of this entire podcast is music and media. And I love it. That's like, I love to consume it. I like to make music and do commercials and, I want to be on TV, all those things. I just like participating in it and I like appreciating it. So Letterboxd is fun. It's a movie, it's a social media platform sort of where you can friend and follow people. So that's the social part, but it's about movies and you say the movies that you've watched, you can say whether or not you liked it. You can rate them 1 to 5 stars, halves included, all of those things. And they're apparently going to launch the implementation of TV show rating, as well. Because right now it's only movies, and apparently this year you're also going to be able to rate TV shows, which is really cool. So Letterboxd. I just wanted to say I got on Letterboxd. I don't have any followers, so you can follow me if you want to. It's at Kobe Warner. But yeah, Letterboxd is fun, and I just love watching movies. So I just wanted to mention that. Now I'm going to get into this 12 songs I'm loving right now playlist. I'm going to talk through that, tell you why I love the songs, and then I'll get back to some other things that I want to mention. The Emmys were last night. I want to point out a couple things about that and some other things. So the first song, these songs on this playlist, I always say this. It's in no particular order. I can pick a dozen things that I like. I cannot rank them. My 2 brain cells that I have left, maybe 2.5, 3, working together trying to rank 12 things that I like in order of which I like most to which I like least when I picked all of the things because I like them is hard for me. Does that make sense? And so it's just no particular order. I'm starting out with Yes, and that song's a banger. I gotta be honest. On first play, I was like, oh, so we're dancing. Like, we're doing dance music. And I'm like, okay, everybody's doing dance music now. But then I listened to it a couple times, and I'm like, oh, this is a good song. Baby, I watched the music video. Sold down. The music video for Yes and, I mean, the song's really great. The music video is incredible. If you haven't seen it, run, don't walk, to watch the music video on Apple Music or Tidal or YouTube, wherever you watch them. Go watch the music video. It's incredible. If you've heard the song and you haven't seen the video, watch the video. If you haven't heard the song, go watch the video. You'll hear the song while you watch it. It's really good. There is an extended mix on iTunes that I don't know if it's on streaming services, but it was like 69 cents on iTunes. I got it. And the extended mix is the version of this song that I have on the playlist. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to include the extended mix on the playlist that I have for you because I don't know if it's only available on iTunes as of right now, but I bought it. It's only 69 cents, but it's just fire. It's 5 minutes and 8 seconds, and it just has kind of like an extended run. Disco music used to do that a lot. Dance music, house music, they make extended versions of tracks so you can dance, and it goes on and it feels like it's endless. I think there's even a version of disco songs called the endless version, like Donna Summer, the endless version of songs. I remember seeing this tag, and it just means it's like 10 minutes, 12 minutes. The song just goes on and on and on. You disco until you die. Not literally die. That would be crazy. But anyway, so Yes, and I just really love the video. Like, I'm obsessed with the video. I've watched it probably like 10 times, maybe more, maybe a dozen, maybe 12. You know how much I love that number. I've just been really like into concept. I love that Ariana is back. I'm happy it's pop music. It's fun. It's lighthearted. The album's going to be called Eternal Sunshine. Seems like it's going to be a good time. I'm seated for Ariana. I have been since 13, since Victorious, since Sam and Cat, and I will continue to stay seated for my queen. I'm also very excited for Wicked. That's going to come out at the end of this year. And December sounds like a long time, but I know it'll probably be here before we know it. So the Wicked will be coming out this year. That's part 1. There's going to be 2 parts of that. The second part comes out in December 2025. That is the first song on the 12 songs I love right now playlist. It's Yes and the extended mix, Ariana Grande. Number 2, again, in no particular order, is Linger by the Cranberries. So this song is it's not new. My friend's mom swiped on my Instagram story and she told me she loved this song when she was like 18 or 19. 1993 is when this song came out on an album called Everybody Else Is Doing It, So Why Can't We? Yeah, Dreams is a very popular song by them that's also great, but the song that I included on this playlist is Linger. My memory of hearing this song for the first time is very recent. I don't know if I've heard it before. It's a popular song, so I might have, but I've never consciously listened to it before, except a couple of weeks ago while I was in quarantine. Did I say that? I think I was trying to get to a story or an anecdote about COVID, me getting COVID on the cusp of the new year that I never got to. What I was going to say is when I was at The Color Purple on December 31st, while it was an amazing movie, I started feeling weird during it, or I started to notice that I felt weird. I went home and I immediately tested positive for COVID on a rapid test. So I took another one and it was immediately positive too. And so I had to quarantine. And back to my point, and Linger by the Cranberries, while I was quarantining, also, by the way, December 31st, for the first 8 days of 2024, I was laying in my bed. Is that not a way to start a new year? That's crazy. Anyway, so Linger by the Cranberries was on the soundtrack of this movie that I did a watch party with my parents. They were upstairs and I was down, and I was watching it in my room. They were watching it where they were, and it's Click. It's an Adam Sandler movie. And Linger by the Cranberries was him and his wife in the movie's song. And they played it a couple times. And every time I heard it, I was like, ugh, there's something about this. So I looked it up and I listened to the whole song, and I've been obsessed ever since. The Cranberries, I'm like, I don't know what they put in this track, but it's really like fire. And it's funny because I really didn't even, I looked up information about the Cranberries after the fact because I had no idea who these people were. I'm trying to find their little bio on here. The Cranberries are an alt-rock nation. That's not what it says. It says, as grunge ruled the alt-rock nation in the early 90s, the crystalline voices of Dolores O'Riordan, are they Irish? They're from Ireland. I knew because I couldn't say her name. It formed in Limerick, Ireland in 1989. Happy birthday, Taylor Swift. And they put out oh my God, Linger is on their debut album. It came out in 1993. Linger is one of their first songs. Wow. Anyway, so it's just the chorus of it. I think it's so simple, and it really just, I think, encapsulates longing for something that you can't have anymore, that you once maybe had or were really close to having. The verse says, if you could return, don't let it burn, don't let it fade. This is not the melody. I'm sure I'm not being rude, but it's just your attitude. It's tearing me apart. It's ruining everything. And then there's more, but I want to get to the chorus. It goes, but I'm in so deep. You know I'm such a fool for you. You got me wrapped around your finger. Do you have to let it linger? Do you have to let it linger? To be honest, couldn't tell you what key I'm trying to sing in right now. But anyway, it's just a good song. You should listen to them sing it. They do a better job. But it's just the writing that I wanted to get into. The chorus, I'm in so deep. You know I'm such a fool for you. You got me wrapped around your finger. Do you have to let it linger? Do you have to? Do you have to? Do you have to? Do you have to? Something so simple about it. It's really haunting in a way. That's song number 2. Song number 3 is a song that's kind of random. I literally heard the song for the first time 2 or 3 days ago. It's called Face to Face. And it was just popped up on my Apple Music, as a recommendation, on my TV. It was listen to this. And I was like, oh, okay. And I see Kenzie is the name of the artist. And I'm doing a Dance Moms rewatch right now. I was a huge Dance Moms fan when I was a kid. And I'm rewatching it right now for the first time in years. And I do vaguely remember that Mackenzie Ziegler, Maddie's little sister, started a singing career of sorts that I haven't made it to yet in my rewatch that I'm doing currently. But Apple Music really brought me up to date the other day when it shows me this new song that Mackenzie Ziegler put out called Face to Face. And why is my little baby a pop star? Mackenzie, I'm on season 3, 4 right now. She's 8 or 9. She's so little and baby. She's 19 right now in real life. I looked it up. Maddie's my age. She's 21. We're both 2002 babies. She was born in September. I was born in June. So I'm about July, August. I'm 3 months older than Maddie. Not very much. And Mackenzie's 2 years younger than Maddie and me. And so she's 19 years old. And I mean, this is a great song. If you like lo-fi, but I don't know if that's actually how you would describe it, but it's kind of like a chill pop song. It's pop, but it's chill. It's not like upbeat or dancey. It's also not happy, but it's pop. And it moves. It's like medium tempo, but it's not happy. It's a good song, Face to Face. It's about confronting. I want to confront you face to face. Nowadays, we do everything through devices. The same way I'm talking into this microphone and looking at this camera, like you're here, like my friend is here right now. And like, I'm not talking to you through my computer. We do stuff through screens nowadays, and we've normalized it. And so people do really huge, make huge decisions, do really huge moments in the confines of these little computers. Do you know what I mean? Or the literal computers. It's just like crazy. But anyway, so the topic of the song, can we speak face to face? Everybody understands that. But the vibe, it had to go on here because like my baby is a pop. Mackenzie, I just love dance moms. And I'm so happy that her music is so good. Like, I was very excited. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people want to be a singer and they're not a singer. Especially a lot of people from reality shows. So it's cool when people are good. And she's grown up now. She's 19 years old. Wow, I just can't believe it. Because like I said, I'm watching her at like 8 right now. And I'm watching her, really try to live up to her sister as a dancer and all these things. And she's a child. And then I realized that when I'm watching her back then, I was almost as little as she was. And me watching it right now from my grown 21-year-old perspective, it's just weird to me because I'm like, in real time, I was her age. Or I was Maddie's age, It's crazy. Face to Face, Kenzie. It's a great song. The next song on this 12 songs I'm loving right now, number 4, again, in no particular order, is a song from the Call Me By Your Name soundtrack because I'm a you-know-what. And I like the whole soundtrack for Call Me By Your Name is actually pretty remarkable. It's a very good soundtrack. And I've loved a lot of the songs for a long time, but for some reason, Words by F.R. David was one that I've heard, obviously, because it's in the movie. And I listened to it a couple times maybe, but I just, for some reason, didn't have like an intense, like visceral connection to it the first time I heard it. And something about when I watched Call Me By Your Name when I had COVID, I was watching it again, and when I heard Words this time, just the way it fit into the scene, it just really struck me. So Words, the original version from 1982 by F.R. David. Yeah, something about that song. Maybe it's because it's in Call Me By Your Name, but I like words. And I like words, obviously, too. I like to talk. I'm a yapper. The next song is from the Mean Girls soundtrack, but it's not a song from the Mean Girls movie. It is Not My Fault by Renee Rapp and Megan Thee Stallion. And the music video, again, is fire. I'm happy girls are making music videos. Like, Ariana ate that music video up for Yes and Renee Rapp and Megan ate up this video for Not My Fault. Also, I want to say the Mean Girls promotion, not even the movie and the content of the art, but the promotion has been remarkable. It's been very, very good. I think I used remarkable 2 times within like 2 minutes, and I feel like that makes the stuff that I'm talking about less remarkable when you say stuff is remarkable a lot. And now I've said it 4 times. So I could have just ignored it, but now I've made it worse. Not my fault. It's not my fault. You came with her, but she might leave with me. It starts with, it's not my fault you're like in love with me, which is the Lindsay Lohan quote from the original movie, but it's a sample, obviously. So that's cunt. Like, you better put Lindsay Lohan in the song. And there's also a lyric where Renee says, can a gay girl get an amen? And I love that she's saying that in a Mean Girls movie where she's playing Regina George. Cunt. Not my fault. It's a bop. This next song is not a new one. It is from last year, so it's vaguely new. Kind of new. Love is Embarrassing, Olivia Rodrigo, from Guts. Guts is an album that came out last year. I listened to Guts. My favorite song was Making the Bed by a country mile. But Love is Embarrassing is very real, very relatable, and Love is Embarrassing. So I don't even think I give her 10s. Like, I should have thought of this. Like, I should have wrote this song. You know what I mean? When it's like, yeah, that I relate to this so much, it should have been mine. She ate Love is Embarrassing up. It don't mean a thing. God loves fucking embarrassing. Just watch as I crucify myself. Ha, ha. For some weird second string loser who's not worth mentioning. My God, love's embarrassing as hell. Like, OR, you ate that one, girl. You ate that. With that video of La Roche and Keke Palmer on Legendary, which HBO Max so rudely removed from the platform after canceling it, like assholes. But anyway, Kiki's like, well, hold on, because I let you speak. Well, hold on, let me finish, because I let you speak. Hey, oh, Law, you are so tired, Law. It's tired, Law. The storyline has run stale. And he goes, you ate that. It's just so funny. You've seen the video. You know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't, you probably wouldn't be watching this podcast. Um, the next song is Unwritten, Natasha Bedingfield. The reason this old song, which obviously isn't new, and this song that you all know is on my playlist right now, is because I recently went and watched Anyone But You with Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell at the movie theater. I thought it was a very fun movie. It's loosely based on Much Ado About Nothing, which is a Shakespearean play. And I say loosely, but there's like Shakespeare quotes smattered all over the movie. And anyway, Unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield is featured in a way. I won't tell you how. I'm not a spoiler queen. But, well, actually I am sometimes, but I'm consciously trying not to be this time. And anyway, so I just like the song. The movie soundtrack reminded me of it. That's all. And the rest is still unwritten. It's a great message. Like, honestly, it's a good way to go into the new year. It's unwritten, baby. The next song is a banger. High heels on my tippies. Dolce and Gabbana, that's on my titties. Fuck the club, fuck the club, fuck the club, fuck it, fuck the club, fuck the club. Nicki Minaj, this is your best song on Pink Friday too. Actually, that might be an overstatement, but this is the one I'm obsessed with right now. She ate this. She ate that. Like bum bum and beep beep bops. Happy pink birthday, 8. But fuck the club up. It was like the first time I heard this, I was like, this is a hit. You know, and everybody else thought the same thing, I'm sure. There's also a video about this one going viral. She's like, I'm not making a music video about it because I want you to listen to the music. Like, I'm not. So it's not a single, I guess, but it's kind of having single behavior. Like, I feel like people are listening to Fuck the Club Up like a single, but I guess there's no video because she said that. I haven't seen it, you know. Anyway, so the next song is My House, Beyonce, is the credits track from the Renaissance World Tour film, which I am very depressed to say is no longer streaming. Or not streaming, no longer playing in the AMC theaters. Makes me want to cry. My favorite of Beyonce's tours that I've seen live, and I've only seen 2. And, I mean, she has some really incredible tour movies as well, but there's just something about the Renaissance. Welcome to the Renaissance. Anyway, My House. I've been loving that song just because I've been reliving my Renaissance memories now that the era seems to be actually over. The Dream did an interview where he was saying, like, my house is it, basically. Like, that was the end. So, yeah. If we're going on based on what the Dream's saying, and he's like a close collaborator. The next song is actually called Call Me By Your Name, which is so funny, but it's not. It has nothing to do with the movie. It's by a woman named Sophie Castillo, and it has like a Latin feel. And it's really pretty. I don't know. It's just kind of like a sexy kind of vibe. I just really like the song. I think it's because it's called Call Me By Your Name, but also like the way it sounds is enticing and it like draws you in. And I don't know anything else by Sophie Castillo, but you know, I probably should look into it because that song is a banger actually. So yeah, Call Me By Your Name. I think that one just came up like on a Discover playlist on Apple Music. I don't know where that came from because I do not know who that is for real, to be honest, but great song. Next song is a song that I've known for years. It's been out for years or much longer. It's from Toni Braxton, my queen, her debut album. It's titled Toni Braxton, and the song is Breathe Again. Whoa. Almost busted my ass. And then I wouldn't breathe again. The song Toni Braxton is Breathe Again. It's really, like, why did I even fall? I love a lot of songs from that album. Love Should Have Brought You Home, 7 Whole Days. Like, she has hits on this record. But there's something about Breathe Again and the way it sounds. If you love a good 90s R&B track, like I said, all this stuff is very differing in genre. You've gone from pop to 80s pop, Italian pop, Not My Fault, that's current pop. Well, that's like pop rock. Rap, there's a house track. Call Me By Your Name is like a Latin feel. Breathe Again, that's 90s R&B. It's a diverse playlist, you know. It's a differing in genre, in type of artist. And, yeah, I just really like Toni Braxton, and I always have. I got that from my dad. Thanks, Dad. And Breathe Again. That's number 11. And again, in no particular order, but the last song, drum roll, please. This is automatically an ASMR podcast now. Drum roll, please, for number 1. It is the new release by Lil Nas X. That would be J. Christ. Really, like I said, these aren't any particular order. The reason I saved him for last is purely because it almost seems like he intentionally does everything he does to like shroud himself in controversy. And I think that's just the way he promotes his art. Like, I'm just convinced now because of how like he seems to go for the things that he knows will bother that specific demographic of people. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I would do the same thing. Listen to my music. But I think that it's on purpose now. At first I used to feel bad. I'm like, they're so mean to him, da 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 da. But now I'm like, okay, but he keeps going back for more. So maybe just maybe Lil Nas X is the drama. I'm not saying those people aren't stupid and inbred, but he might be the drama. Anyway, so this song, of course, is pissing people off because he's black and gay, and it's called J Christ. So you can imagine what they're saying. But it's really just like a pop rap kind of track. I mean, it's really like nothing that provocative. The music video wasn't that crazy. That's what really gets me about what they get so mad at Lil Nas X, and he's never doing anything that wild. I'm like, the industry baby was like, everyone was blowing their mind, and I'm like, they were naked and it was blurred, and they were like, I'm like, it's not like he gave a lap dance to the devil. It's CGI. You know what I mean? Like, it's makeup and glue and plastic. Like, nothing is really happening. What are you so mad about? They're acting like he's like killing puppies in front of them. Anyway, I'm just like, Lil Nas X, baby, if you want to keep being messy and keep making shit to piss people off, do it. I'll be here. Koblizzy will be here. We will talk about you. If Lil Nas X has 1 million fans, I'm one of them. If Lil Nas X has 100,000 fans, I'm one of them. If Lil Nas X has 100 fans, I'm one of them. If he has 12 fans, baby, you know what my favorite number is. If Lil Nas X has 1 fan left, it's me. Lil Nas X ain't got no fans, I'm dead. I'm dead. I love him. He can do no wrong in my eyes. He's also from Lithia Springs, which is like 30 minutes from where I live, maybe even closer. So, Lil Nas X, we see each other, baby. Hit him with the I know. Like, he just makes catchy songs. What is the problem? I don't know why they always be riding his dick like that, for real. I just gotta be honest. So that is my 12 songs that I've been listening to recently that I've been loving in no particular order, that are a part of my larger current playlist. So that's that. Now I want to mention the Emmys that happened last night. There were just some historic wins I didn't watch because I honestly, first of all, it's award show season right now. So there's been like literally 5 award shows in the past week. And I'm like, how do these celebrities do this? They have to get up every day and get their makeup done and sit up in tight clothes and look pretty and smile on camera every day for like 2 weeks. And only one person wins, which is crazy. I'm like, I know like a lot of people work hard, but people underestimate how draining stuff like that can be, I think. People think celebrities' jobs are so easy. It's like, yeah, maybe they're not out building a house or, doing some a working class blue collar job, but not. And here I sound like I'm not in defense of celebrities, by the way, and eat the rich. Well, don't eat them. Like, don't eat Beyonce. Don't eat Rihanna. But like Jeff Bezos, I saw something about how he makes $7 million a day. It's complicated because it's like, I don't know. People are too wealthy and some people have nothing. And it just feels like there's a disparity there that we should be addressing that has nothing to do with who we're talking about, just like common sense. And why would one person need this much and all these people get nothing? Just on a fundamental level. That's all. But it gets complicated then when my favorite people are also a part of this very wealthy majority. So I don't want to sound like I'm coming down on the people that I love as well, or I am in defense of people who are harming others, because neither of those things are true. I just think that it's a little dangerous to have that much money. Why am I going on and on about this? Oh, I was just saying what they do is hard. Award season, it got to be rough, no matter how much money you got. That's all I was saying. The Emmys were last night, and there was a lot of historic things that happened. Quinta Brunson won for lead actress in a comedy series for Abbott Elementary, and that's the first time that has happened, meaning a black woman winning in the lead actress for a comedy series category in 30 years. And it was presented to her by Carol Burnett. If you have not seen this moment, look it up on YouTube or TikTok or whatever you use. Just wow. I love Abbott Elementary. I love Carol Burnett. I love Quinta Brunson. But just this moment, the conglomeration of all of these things happening was amazing. Io Edebri won supporting actress for The Bear in a comedy series. Supporting actress in a comedy series for The Bear. Jeremy Allen White won lead actor in a comedy series for The Bear. And The Bear won best comedy series. And it's crazy because I don't think The Bear is a comedy, but that's another story. I'm happy they won. So that happened. And then back to the black women. Io won for supporting actress in a comedy. It was presented by Christina Applegate, which was incredible because she's been suffering from MS and she hasn't made a public appearance in a while. So it was amazing to see her. And she presented Io with that award. So that was an awesome moment. YouTube it. And Niecy Nash won an award from Quinta Brunson, who presented it, and Miss Gibbs. And Quinta and Miss Gibbs presented this award to Niecy Nash, and it was for supporting actress in a drama series. It was for the Jeffrey Dahmer show. I did not watch that Dahmer show. I am not into making more TV shows that are based on real serial killers with victims of families who are still living. I feel like that's a little crazy. But if anybody was going to win for Dahmer, it should have been Niecy Nash. And so I don't know what she did in the show, and I didn't watch it, but I'm happy she won an Emmy, and her speech was incredible. So that's another moment. If you missed it, go watch Quinta and Miss Gibbs present Niecy Nash with her Emmy. So all of that happened last night. I just wanted to mention that really quickly. I already talked about Letterboxd. That's my new addition. Again, you can follow me at Kobe Warner on Letterboxd if you want to. And I also want to talk about something. I just updated my phone. There's a new iPhone update. I think it's like 17.2 or something, maybe 3. I don't remember which one, but it's 17 point something. And there's this new journal app that I just want to mention because I just saw it for the first time like yesterday, and I did it for the first time this morning. And you get on this journal app, and it's like an Apple app. It just puts it on your phone for you. And you can look in there, and it'll like give you some prompts, or like it'll ask you things about photos in your phone or songs or whatever, or you can just like write whatever you want. Excuse me. You can write whatever you want to. But I don't like writing like physically. Like after I dropped out of school, like I mean really in college we didn't even take notes like physically. But like once I was in high school and I didn't have to or out of high school, I didn't have to write with a pencil or a pen anymore. I just kind of gave up. I don't like writing stuff. And so journaling on my phone in an app that's specifically designated to the journaling might actually be something that's successful to me. So I just wanted to tell you that if you're not great at journaling, there's an app on your phone now that you can try. I'll report back if I continue to use it. I did one entry today and it was also like 2 paragraphs. So I don't know if I'm going to like use it, but I just thought it'd be fun to mention because that's a new feature that I noticed. And yeah, so I just wanted to, bring koblizzy back. I wanted to return. I wanted to talk about some stuff. I'm sure I missed tons of things that I will bring up in a future episode. And with that being said, you can listen to my new songs, Honest and Games, now. You could also listen to any of my other back catalog from before then on streaming services. It's all under koblizzy, as well as this podcast, which is also titled Koblizzy, as well as all of my social media platforms, which are also at koblizzy. So that's what I think we know as branding. I hope you enjoyed this episode so much. I am happy to be back. I feel like I say that a lot because I take a lot of breaks, but if you aren't looking out for your mental health and taking breaks when you need to, what's the point? I mean, like, this is fake. This is not real. Like, life is what it is, but like, really, you guys, I can be serious, like, be gentle on yourself. So I took a break. I'm back. I'm happy to be back. I hope you will stay with me. I hope everybody that used to listen will return. I know it's hard to build momentum when you don't have consistency, so I'm going to try to remember that as I get tired and maybe push through the tired a little bit once in a while. But now this outro is becoming too lengthy, so all I'm going to say now is gonna be honest. Can't think of a time you were, hey, thought we would be honest, thought we could be honest. All you do is deceive. How can you lie to me when I give you my heart? Now I'm falling apart. Oh, bye bye.